Today's video is showing one of our favorite stretches of road, Ruta 242, extending from the community of Ribas up to the Cloudbridge Reserve and the entrance to the Chirripo National Park, where seasoned hikers go to climb the highest peak in Costa Rica, Cerro Chirripo. Chirripo is located at the southern end of the Cordillera de Talamanca Mountains in the center of the country. From the top of Mount Chirripo, one can see both coasts, Pacific and Caribbean, on a clear day.
All of the communities we are exploring today are extensions of Ribas. Guadalupe de Ribas, Chimarral de Ribas, Canaan de Ribas, and San Gerardo de Ribas line National Secondary Route 242 running parallel to Rio Chirripo Pacifico. Herradura de Ribas can be found at the end of the road that splits right before downtown San Gerardo and leads to a secret garden and hot springs on Rio Blanco, a tributary that spills into Rio Chirripo Pacifico. We will cover these businesses closer to the end of the video, so stick around. Today we are just mentioning businesses and things to do briefly along this route. We will do more extensive coverage of these places in subsequent videos, so be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you don't miss a thing.
Ribas, sitting at an elevation of 870 meters or 2,854 feet, is a somewhat large community compared to the small pueblos along Ruta 242. With a supermarket, a plant nursery, hardware store, bakery, meat shop, fruit and vegetable stand, as well as a couple of small restaurants called Sodas, and a boutique clothing store. The church salon houses a feria on Saturdays hosted by the Mercado local Solidario Association, who also holds a feria in Chimarral de Ribas on Wednesdays. Ferias allow local farmers and artisan food producers a market to sell their products, and residents a place to get fresh, local ingredients often not sold in grocery stores.
At the end of the business district in Ribas, Ruta 242 turns right and starts winding up into the mountains. Guadalupe de Ribas, sitting at an elevation of 1,806 meters or 5,925 feet, is very small. There is a small convenience store and an auto repair place in addition to the school, soccer field, and church, but really nothing else for tourists. There are a few well-priced Airbnbs, but no restaurants, ferias, or other amenities, so you will have to do your shopping either in San Isidro or Ribas below, or all the way up in San Gerardo at the top of the route.
Chimarral de Ribas, at an elevation of 994 meters or 3,261 feet, is host to many local gatherings and events, including celebrations to commemorate Costa Rica's independence and several religious holidays. The small community does not look like much, but the feria and restaurants here serve all the communities along this route in very profound ways. Every Wednesday, farmers and food producers gather in the Chimarral de Ribas Community Center for feria from 8 a.m. till noon.
Buona Pizza is a gathering place for families offering reasonably priced quality food. There is a playground at the end of the dining area, so it's the perfect atmosphere for kids. The menu has something for everyone, including pasta dishes, hot wings, and hamburgers, in addition to great pizza. They deliver to most places along Route 242, so everyone in the area enjoys Buenas.
The road continues up the valley between Chimarral and Canaan, running parallel to the river. Tico houses pepper the landscape of jungle-covered cliffsides, cattle fields, and banana tree farms until we reach Canaan. Canaan de Ribas, sitting at an elevation of 1,192 meters or 3,910 feet, is a bit larger than most of the small pueblos on this route. There are a handful of private retreat centers starting at Canaan and going up towards the mountains, who host special events including plant medicine ceremonies, yoga retreats, and more. Home to several businesses who serve locals and tourists traveling through, Canaan is a place for meeting others, celebrating with friends and family, and a community committed to sustainability. There are a few food tours to take as well as a butterfly education center.
Casa Alegria began as a community center for people living in the area to come together, share resources, and connect with others. The Butterfly Dome was an addition meant to get tourists to stop in Canaan de Ribas on their way to Mount Chirripo. Construction of the dome was completed in 2016. Today, the property houses a very cool playground, extensive gardens for the cafe, and a laboratory for breeding and studying the many varieties of butterflies inhabiting the dome. Classes and ceremonies are held in the meeting space upstairs above the cafe.
Batsu Gastro Pub serves lunch and dinner most days while hosting live music events and open mic nights on the weekends. What we love about Batsu is their commitment to sourcing and featuring local fresh ingredients. It shows in the quality of their food, making Batsu one of the best restaurants along this route. In addition to locally sourced ingredients, they also feature a lovely back deck seating area overlooking the jungle, lending to a casual, open-aired atmosphere. Their new menu, as well as their hours of operation and event schedule, can be found on their website.
La Estrella Panes Artesanales offers artisan breads using sourdough as a base ingredient with no added preservatives or unnecessary chemicals. Using flours like cassava, banana, or chickpea, La Estrella's breads offer a healthy alternative to most bakeries in Costa Rica. In addition, the boutique shop sells wine and coffee, as well as local cheeses, jellies, and sauces. They are open most days, posting their hours of operation on their Facebook page, so check before stopping by.
Quesos Canaan is a small dairy farm who received a special family recipe for cheese from a Swiss man traveling through Costa Rica. Since 2002, Quesos Canaan has combined sustainable land management practices with clean technologies to produce more than 48 kilos of cheese per week. Our favorites are the mozzarella balls and herb cheeses. If you are traveling through the area, schedule a tour of the farm and factory where they teach you how to milk a cow and show you the process of making cheese with hands-on demonstrations. Tour information is listed on their website.
San Gerardo de Ribas, at an elevation of 1,335 meters or 4,379 feet, may look small, but it is the largest town landmass-wise along this route and serves as the last community before the entrance to Chirripo National Park. The community begins just before Hotel de Montaña El Pelicano and extends past the downtown area on the way to the park entrance. The bus line from San Isidro ends in downtown San Gerardo. The municipality here was established by farmers who traveled over the mountains from San Jose looking for land to farm and settled in the high elevation hills surrounding the downtown area. The community is made up of mostly coffee, tomato, and cattle farmers, with a few river fishermen who catch trout in the tributaries of Rio Chirripo. San Gerardo is your absolute last chance to get supplies for hiking to the top of Mount Chirripo.
Hotel de Montaña El Pelicanos is the first stop on the route in San Gerardo de Rivas. This hotel has several clean cabins rented nightly at reasonable rates. It has an outdoor pool and a restaurant with well-maintained grounds and views of the Cordillera de Talamanca Mountains that are leading up to Mount Chirripo. Nestled in a secluded wooded area, Hotel Pelicano is perfect for couples looking for a private, secure, and relaxing location to enjoy the area. Breakfast is provided with your booking, and the property does have on-site laundry services. Book your stay through their website, which is listed in the description below.
Between the Hotel Pelicano and Kapi Health Food Store is the official office for Chirripo National Park. This is where you can get information for hiking in the park. It is best to check out their website listed in this video's description to be sure you have everything you need before heading up the mountain. For those seasoned hikers visiting the area for the purpose of climbing Mount Chirripo, please note, this trail is not for the faint of heart or small children. Mount Chirripo at its highest peak is 3,821 meters or 12,536 feet. Individuals are not permitted to hike alone. Passes are issued by the National Park Office in San Gerardo in groups. If you are alone, you are added to a group. This is not a day hike. The first day is spent hiking to the base camp. The second day is hiking to the summit. The third day is hiking back down the mountain. There are 2 steps to booking your trip to the top of the mountain. You must first purchase your pass online at the official National Park website before reserving your bed at base camp and choosing meal service options on the CRC website. Once you arrive, you will need to stop in the National Park office before heading across the street to the CRC office. The best months to hike Mount Chirripo is during the dry season, which is any time between December through April.
Kapi Health Food Store and Restaurant is committed to nourishing the body, offering healthy, nutrient-rich foods and supplements in their grocery store and cafe. They have a bulk food section with dried beans, trail mix, and grains, as well as organic fruits and vegetables. Their cafe and juice bar serves delicious and healthy dishes. They also host open mic nights and community building events. Open every day except Mondays, Kapi is a great place to meet up with friends, enjoy a healthy meal, or grab groceries between Feria days.
Herradura de Ribas is often overlooked when touring this area, as it is nestled up a side valley on a road splitting off from the main 242 route, but does deserve mentioning for two attractions: Jardines Secretos and Agua, Termales, Gevi. The property at Jardines Secretos is mostly well-maintained trails and ponds with a lovely cafe. Agua Termales Gevi has two pools with water redirected from local hot springs. You can enjoy the springs on a day pass. Links for these attractions are listed in the description below.
The grocery store in San Gerardo seems small, but serves the community in a big way. This store is the last grocery store to pick up supplies before reaching the entrance to Chirripo National Park and the end of Ruta 242 at the Cloud Bridge Reserve. Owned by a very nice Tico family, this store serves as a mini hardware store, a grocery store, a clothing store, and offers household items that one would need in a pinch, so you don't have to drive all the way down to Ribas or further into San Isidro to get what you need. The bus from San Isidro stops here before turning around to head back down the mountain.
For over 20 years, Robino's Foodies has been a part of the lush rainforest of San Gerardo de Ribas, bringing quality foods with international inspiration to the community they fell in love with decades ago. The restaurant offers fresh dishes made with love and locally sourced ingredients, but also frozen meals to be prepared in the comfort of your home or temporary accommodations. The property houses the restaurant and a small cabin overlooking the valley back towards Ribas, which can be rented through Airbnb at very reasonable rates.
Hotel Uran began as a small Tico house where travelers stopped on their way into the national park and back out. Located just 75 meters from the park entrance, this house was turned into a restaurant and hotel after people requested food be served after coming out of the park. Construction on the hotel and restaurant was completed in 1998. Today, the property serves hikers as the last stop before hiking into the base camp and the first stop before coming back out of the park. The hotel offers secure parking while you're in the national park, and it rents walking sticks, making it a necessary stop for all who enter the park.
Cloud Bridge Nature Reserve is the last stop on our route today. The property is 700 acres of protected cultivated land where volunteers and students come to learn sustainable land management and reforestation techniques. The reserve is open to visitors 365 days a year for hikes and tours. There are several waterfalls on the property. The largest, the Pacifica waterfall, is located just 200 meters from the entrance. Visitors can purchase a day pass or book a stay in one of the 4 cabins on the property. You do need a 4-wheel drive to get to the park, or you can hire a 4x4 taxi. Check it out in the links below.
As we mentioned earlier, we'll be doing more videos in this area where we focus on different communities and attractions. But for now, we wanted to give you this quick tour of Ruta 242 in hopes of inspiring you to learn more about this beautiful treasure and possibly add it to your Costa Rica itinerary. The links for all the businesses mentioned in this video are listed in the description below. But make sure you subscribe and allow those notifications so you know when these extended videos are coming out.